Dudes and dudettes, how are you guys? This is Chazzy and welcome back to What's the Damage, the good old WTD question mark, a classic and literally the longest running series on my channel, where I get to rant and stuff. A long time ago I used to curse on this segment a lot, I kind of missed the days when you could do that on YouTube. Now you can't, you can't even censor it because, they have different laws now about how people are exposed to stuff and so not to throw shade at the people who give me the platform to expose my thoughts and whatnot. Anyway, so here's the thing, guys. In case you missed it, the very last video that I uploaded was playing eFootball PES 2021, a very long name for a game, by the way. And I played Juventus against Barcelona, so Cristiano Ronaldo against Lionel Messi, which is a rivalry that has been going on for many years now in the world of soccer / football, depending on where you live in the world, And the crazy thing about it is that it kind of got me thinking, like, this rivalry was very, very heated. And today, even though I played with Juventus against Barca, if you understand this sport, if you follow it, or if you happen to just not live under a rock, I'm pretty sure you know that Cristiano Ronaldo now plays for Manchester United again, and Messi plays for PSG, So the gameplay was a little outdated, but I still wanted to do it anyway, to get that video out there. And also, it's like, while I was playing, and commenting, editing the video, I got to thinking, why exactly are rivalries in sports so huge and so powerful, I think I can understand inside the sport, the athletes, I understand their side, because they are there playing a professional sport, they're getting paid a lot of money, and like their likability, and their performance in a nutshell together are what determines how long their career will be and how prosperous and successful they will be, So if you have somebody, another player, usually on like a rival team, and they are perceived as a heated rival to you, one could argue that if they perform better than you, they will get, what is with the stupid, Sorry about that, guys. My timer like slipped off of my thigh and almost fell on the ground. But anyway, so whenever a player, like when he's performing well, but another player comes in and kind of is perceived as a rival to him, one could argue that, it's competition, but it's not always healthy or friendly competition, because if you're competing with somebody else to be the best, one is going to always be sidelined to a certain degree, Being second best in any sport is not good. If you played sports before, or even if you're a gamer, that coming in second is not as good as coming in first, especially third, like in the Olympics, like if you participate in the Olympics, it's nice to win any medal, be it bronze or silver, it's nice to just participate, and be recognized and win any kind of medal. But anybody wants to win the gold, It's the same thing with professional sports, nobody wants to be second. So when you see somebody who is considered a threat to you, like for example Tom Brady, who played football for many years, still is playing right now, and his most hated rival was Peyton Manning, and they would always push each other more and more every season to play better and better. And even though in my opinion Tom Brady always came out on top, like having the threat of Peyton overshadow him is something that has to sort of be observed. Like, how can I explain this? Like the athletes, it really is a rivalry to them, It really, it can really get out of control when you're trying to be better than a certain athlete in your own field. But however, a double redundancy there. However, gotta choose just one preposition there. When the supporters start taking the rivalry seriously, then it starts to go a little off the rails, in my opinion. You see, heated rivalries in sports have been a thing for decades. Every sport has them, Like, there are so many different rivalries in different branches, like the NHL, the NFL, the NBA, FIFA, and MLB, Major League Baseball. Like, there are so many different rivalries, and like, sometimes there are some that are like the two biggest arch rivals, be it in the same city or state or country, They will always be the biggest ones, and like, I understand that, like, when you support one of these teams, and you are watching a derby, which is what we call in sports when two big teams go against each other, I can understand that, emotions will flare up, tensions will rise, you're gonna want to really show your support for your side there, but you have to relax, because one of the problems that sports has been facing over the years is violence, in the stadiums, not necessarily between the athletes, because there are sports like ice hockey where violence is somewhat encouraged, you know, like, I mean, not that violence itself is encouraged, but you're allowed to fight in hockey. You know, there are brawls that break out. In fact, they're actually very traditional and are common and actually are part of the sport itself, you know. So, but there is a limit to how much violence can be used, you know. But like when the supporters start to fight amongst themselves and practice violence off of the pitch or field or what have you, then that's when I think that we've kind of hit a, how can I say, we've crossed the line, you know? Because like a heated rivalry should happen, you know, between the players, because they're the ones there who are actually practicing the sport. I can understand them taking it seriously, even though sometimes they seem to be very cool with it, you know? But the supporters taking it seriously is crazy, because there are many sports where like the supporters actually like they go out of their way to find each other and fight, you know. They, like, for example, in soccer / football, you know, like if the rivalry is really strong and intense, they will literally break out into fist fights, you know, sometimes during the match, man, you know. Like you buy tickets to go to the game, you should at least watch the damn game, you know. Like it doesn't really make sense, at least in my opinion, why you would go to a game just to fight, you know. Why don't you just, like, even though it's wrong to say this, why, if you're gonna fight, do it out in the street or something, you know, go to a pub or something, I don't know, or maybe go join a gym and go duke it out in the ring or something, you know. It doesn't make sense for you to allow it to overtake you to such a degree that you're going to, because the players don't care as much as you do, you know, even though they're kind of supposed to, because they're the ones who are there actually facing the rivalry, going through it, you know, and they're the ones who have to outperform the other players. So not even they take it as seriously as you guys do, you know. So I mean, I really think you all need to just chill. And I'm starting to watch more NHL and NFL, you know, and I can understand that the rivalries get really intense, man. The games get really crazy, you know, and the supporters go whack. And I can understand this. I've been a sports fan for many years, even though I've only followed one sport, and lately I've been starting to branch out into different ones. But still, man, like, it doesn't, violence should never be a thing in sports, you know, at least not between the supporters. And I don't know, I think it's just been going overboard lately, you know. Because rivalries, if you stop to think about it, I mean, they're cool, but they're also kind of dumb. Like, within sports, it's cool for certain teams to have rivals so they can actually, like, give a better atmosphere when the game actually happens. You know, I really think that's cool. But the supporters are okay, you know. We gotta have fun with it, you know. We watch a game against our rivals, we're going to naturally support our team much more than a normal game against any other team, you know. But we can't allow it to, like, we can't, for example, like, want to fight somebody just because they support a different team, or we shouldn't like try not to be friends with somebody just because they're our rivals in the sport, you know. It doesn't really make sense. And especially when it comes to relationships, like if you date someone who likes sports and they support the rival team, like there's no reason why you guys should ever fight just because of this, you know. It's just dumb. Look, guys, at the end of the day, like all we have to remember is that anything in excess, you know, any exaggeration of anything is way too unhealthy, you know. I think I love sports, but like I don't take the rivalries within the sports that I watch too seriously, you know. Like I mean, I support different teams within soccer / football, you know, and a lot, they do obviously have their arch rivals. But even though here in Brazil, like I support Fluminense, which is my main team, you know, the first one that I ever started watching, and our biggest rivals are Flamengo. And when I watch a game between them, like I want my team to win, of course, and I get pissed when Flamengo wins, you know. But it's not like I'm gonna lose sleep over it, you know, because my emotions are going to be confined to those 90 minutes, you know. Same thing with the other sports that I watch, you know. Like I support the Los Angeles Lakers in basketball, but whenever there's Lakers versus the Celtics, I'm gonna want the Lakers to win. But it's not, again, I'm not gonna lose sleep over this, you know. That's what I'm trying to say. So I think that people who take rivalries in sports too seriously, I mean, y'all just gotta find something else to do, man. I understand that there is a lot of emotions behind it, you know, but if you really stop to think about it, that's all we get with this. We only get emotions, you know. Either we get happiness or joy, you know, or sadness and frustration, you know, anger, rage. So we don't make money with this. Like if watching sports, like being a supporter and watching the games and supporting your team, if this was a job that paid money, then I would understand people going overboard the way they do, you know. I've seen cases of people here in Brazil, you know, where there was a whole company where a lot of the people, I believe the owner himself, well, they all supported one team, you know, and then one particular worker supported another team, and there was a certain day where he wanted to come to work wearing the team jersey, and they didn't let him just because the last derby his team won, you know. That's just sick, man. Like, you can't allow your supposed love of your team in the sport that you watch to consume your daily life, you know. Like, it's just a sports game. You know, we're not supposed to let it dictate our existence. That's not how it works, dude, you know. Unless you make money betting on results or something, then I can understand you getting angry, but still, at the end of the day, we all have to relax, man, you know, because within every sport, there will always be heated rivalries, there will always be derbies, there will always be a lot of attention and emotion, you know, but we have to freaking relax, you know. You can't let you can't let it consume you the way that some people do, you know, to the point where you feel like you need to enact physical violence, you know, like you want to fight somebody just because they support a different team than you know, or especially your rivals. It really doesn't make sense and I see this happening a lot here in Brazil, not so much in other countries, because here, come on, you know, like, I don't really see it happening too much in Europe, although there have been a few instances, like the hooligans, I believe that was in England or Wales, you know, but that's a story for another video probably. But I just wanted to get my opinion out here, guys, you know, saying that sports rivalries, they are going too far, you know, like they just seem to be getting worse and worse because people are taking them so much more seriously now. I can understand players and athletes taking it seriously, like sometimes they will clearly not like each other, you know, perceived career rivals like Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi, you know, but like, it's weird because they play soccer or football, which is a sport that's watched by millions of people around the entire world, you know, and they actually don't really feel that there's a rivalry, you know, like they actually say that they're fans of each other. Like their rivalry, you know, back when they played in Real Madrid and Barcelona respectively, their rivalry actually pushed them to go higher and higher, you know. So each year they would try to push each other. So no, they would try to push themselves to be better than the other, you know. Like one of them scored 10 goals, the other tried to score 20, you know, then the other tried to score 30, 40, 50, you know. So they actually use this to become much better individually, you know, and break a lot of records. So they're actually buddies. They are friends in real life, and I don't know if you guys know this, you know, like their kids, you know, are friends too. They watch each other, you know. So like the rivalry is what the media creates and we as supporters create, you know, but between them there is no more rivalry, you know. In a few years they'll retire, man, you know, so we won't even have to worry about that anymore. But I think that's it, guys. I think that's all I wanted to say, you know, a very short video, again, a concept vlog, just getting my opinion out here, because sports rivalries really bug me, you know. I do sometimes subscribe to them, but geez, man, why is everything falling off of my lap today? I do sometimes subscribe to them, you know, but I don't really take them as seriously as other people do, even though I do watch a lot of sports. So at the end of the day, let's just relax like I am today. I'm really relaxed, and actually I'm lazy. That's why I sound the way I am, unenthusiastic. I'm lazy as hell today, but the show must go on. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think, if you agree, disagree, you know, if you think rivalries actually are good or bad, you know, if you even watch sports at all, or if you don't, you know. So yeah, let's have a little debate in the comments section, alright, shall we? But anyway, that's it for today, guys. If you happen to like this video, please go ahead and give it a like, and also subscribe to my channel, and go ahead and hit the notification bell too, you know, hit that ding there so you can know exactly what time I upload, because it's videos every single day. And it's all good, guys. This is Chazzy signing out for now, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Roll the outro screen.